Welcome back. We're in the middle of the swamp, and the swamp is doing what the swamp does, sending spiders after us. A direct hit with a Novelist would seem to be enough. Okay, 2 hits is enough. Alright, so we're here today just to collect some bauxite. My list is getting long. Let's see. We finished this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. We did all of that except for cleaning the spaghetti. Well, and the local iron ore. So, 136. We're gonna collect bauxite. And we're gonna set our foundation for the aluminum parts factory. I'm guessing we'll make both the casing and the sheets. Obviously, we want the sheets for the purposes of new belting. But we do need casing as well. I know there's bauxite in here. Oh, there's lots of bauxite. This guy. Too long. The swamp really doesn't like me. This is what happens when you run out of rifle ammo. Okay, I think I've got a plan. For right now, though, we just need some... Still? That was a direct hit. Okay, 2 meter should be plenty to cover this. 600, wow. I'm gonna need a faster belt to get all of that. There's weird little birds in the way. Get out of the way, bird. I want to get that purple power slug, but I also don't want to deal with getting it. I'm sure there's a trap there somewhere that I'm not seeing. So we're going to be good. We're just going to deal with the inputs that we've got. Whoops. That one kind of curved. How is this guy still alive after 3 direct hits with a Novelist? Alright, that one was a miss, but still. I don't even know how that guy popped up. Oh, there's 2 more bauxite back here. Oh, wait, there's one right in front of me. Oh, let's just get this close one. Oh, it's right there. Like right there. What's the speed on this one? It's capping out at 300. Gotta do a little landscaping. We'll angle it right here so we can get down into here a little easier. Ooh, I like the curve option there. I guess it needs power. How fast is this? 150. Ugh. You know, I could probably take half of this hot side and move it over here. Since this one is 480, max belt speed, 300, and 150. Splitting that makes it a little bit more balanced. Not exactly balanced, but a little bit more. These two together, though, is still filling this faster than we can use it. But that's kind of a minor concern. I think we need to get some power a little closer. We're running out of hover space. And I'm thinking we'll go up. We'll kind of like build a little oil platform. Get above this a little bit. I'd love to get it to the point where we know we're not dealing with swamp gases. That should be safe, but let's just do a walk to test it. Want to give ourselves a good amount. I mean, we're collecting the blocks and we're setting our foundation, so I just want to make sure that we have a Good foundation to work with. Now, how am I going to lift all this up is the question. I know the answer. Nice 1 meter foundation with a couple of well-placed lifts. I have all of these built in exactly the wrong direction. All right. Good chunk of bauxite in storage. I need to get back into the just-in-time storage fad of the late 90s. But I can't help but build industrial storage containers. That's the flow right there. Okay, so now we've got our foundation set. We're setting this to 4. My thought is that we would have this kind of be a bulky storage. This would probably be 3, not 2. And I'm not sure exactly how far down we're going to go here. And then a 1 meter foundation overlap connection here. That's where the actual factory level will start. Right here. I guess technically that doesn't need to be there. I could put that as part of the blueprint. We don't have enough computers. You know, that's the other thing we'd probably need. We probably need to get ourselves a little... I can't forget that wherever we are, at some point, we're going to want to be somewhere else. So we need to get a hypercannon in place. Oh, looks like we crashed. Be right back. Alright, we are back, and we're back to where we were. Might be able to save myself a little bit of time if I put this foundation in first, then put the stairs in. Come on. I guess that's really not enough space. Maybe one or two more foundations. Like, the second you enter the stairs, you're launching. You know, maybe give yourself a little room to get oriented to what you're doing. Then we'll put the hypercannon on here. Boy, this is a long way. We'll still make it though. You know, while we're here, I might build this little corner. And then I'm willing to bet that we're totally full on our smart plating, which isn't great. We need like a side storage of smart plating. The problem is I'm not 100% sure I'm putting this in right. Left, right, left, right, yeah, yeah. We'll deal with the implications of doing it this way later. More important to actually have the smart plating ready to dump into whatever that next project is that requires it. It only stacks to 50 is the problem. But hey, now we've got a few extra smart plates going on. And we're trying not to get totally distracted. We're here to get some computers. If such things even exist. Man, are we still short on cable? We're short on cable and we're short on reinforced plate. I'm starting to sense that I'm gonna want to build drone factories everywhere. High-speed computers. Yeah, there's some computers. I guess I meant high-speed connections, not computers. We'll drop you off. We'll drop you and you and you. Need some. This guy needs some plastic, obviously. Okay. Let's try not to get hit in the head with a giant manta ray trying to use a hyper cannon. That would be kind of sad. I don't know if I can make the distance here. I might have to stop off and take another launch. Of course, this hyper cannon is not exactly pointing in the right direction. But that initial boost is so good that it's totally worth it. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff we want to pick up. Tons and tons of power slugs. My goodness. Great, now we're in the swamp at night. I can't believe that's not tall enough to get past that tree. We're out of concrete. Of all things to run out of. I want this with a brighter light. Well, it's gonna take forever for it to get uploaded. So we might have to fly back over there and grab some concrete. Oh, these aren't even connected. Whoops. No doubt the product of that last crash. What is this? Limestone. Ooh. Should I just make a little local temporary concrete production area here? I might actually end up needing this. 45 concrete per minute on 300. It's less than 10. 7 of them. That might be just enough to kind of make this work. Of course, technically I want concrete to build it. But you know what? We'll just build it all in the rough. We're going super spaghetti here. Still might be better than flying back every time you need concrete during this build. Now we got to combine them all back down. Slap this concrete on there. Good old copy paste. Probably one too many mergers. Double check to make sure that one's properly connected, which it is. Okay. Well, there we go. Now we're at least uploading a little bit of concrete. This one machine is getting a third of the output. And then all we want to do is try to... Oh, did we just build this right in front of our hyper cannon? That was probably a bad idea. Okay, now let's look at our... I'm thinking we should use our empty mega as kind of the basis for this thing. Lacking the resources. Oh, what do you know? We need more concrete. I guess if this guy at the end is gonna get a third of it, then we should let him use it. So my thought here is I'd put down, and maybe it's not a huge build, maybe it's a small build actually. Oh, you know, while I'm looking at this, I could calculate the absolute minimum here. 150, 300, 450. So we're looking at 930 bauxite. If I look at the bauxite construction, I use how much do I use? 120 per minute. And 2 of them makes 240 aluminum solution. Alumina solution. So 930 divided by 240. Yeah, there's only 4 of those. 4 of those with 2. So 8 refineries to process bauxite. at the minimum. Chances are we're going to want more than that. So if I go in here and I say refinery, probably want to come out. Well, hold on. Technically, we've got these guys, which have our inputs. Well, double technically, it doesn't matter. Because we have those guys as our inputs. Refinery and refinery. Okay. And then we're going to tell you to make solution. A good chunk of bauxite, some water, and the output some silica. I'm trying to decide if we want to go vertical or not on this. You know what? Let's save this. Mega bauxite phase 1. Select the solution. It's the icon. So we didn't save. Okay. Let's save. Mega. Gotta try to. Hello. Somehow getting out of here. There we go. Bauxite. Phase 1. Select. Solution and save. Close. Done. Now this is making bauxite. This is making bauxite. These are our output sections. We're gonna need to get water up and in here, so maybe we take one of these out and replace it with water. I think it's pretty straightforward that... Oh wait, this is the input side. I am not liking that. I think we're going to reverse this. We need to get the solution out of here as well is the problem. We're gonna send the silica down into storage. Now, why are you trying to merge everywhere except for where I want you to merge? Wow, that is weird. I don't know how I'm finding all of these little issues with this. Must be built on lift, but can I move it vertically is the question. No. And then once I lock it, it's not on the lift anymore. Ugh. Not good. I guess I'll just have to squeeze the pipe through here. I don't know if piping will actually fit. That's my hesitation. Guess we're about to find out. gonna force me to put him in that direction. Which I guess is fine. Only thing we have left is this tiny, tiny little junction requirement. So that gives us 2 out of the 3, or 4. The silica is coming out. It might clip on this. An absolutely tiny amount. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought I was going to test that clipping. But now I think I'm just going to accept that clipping. It's going to clip right about there. So that's 240, so we could go too high and be at 480. If I targeted these at 100, then we could go to 3 high. Problem is we have to get water in there as well. I guess we could drop water in from a higher height. And then if we bring in all the water from the max height, it should be okay. Bauxite goes up, gets split off, keeps going up. Amount of bauxite that we're using. Oh, sadly, this belt is not fast enough. I might have to build part of this and then use the sheets that we make to improve this lift. I think that's the plan. Let's put some color on this so we know what's what. This one we'll just use white. So the water comes down. And then if we put like a high level junction on this, then we should be able to avoid the walkway. That's pretty straightforward, but just to make the point, we'll set this to down. Just so we remember that really what we want to do is pump the water to the top and then connect it. I think that's it. Well, if I put 6 of these in, our pipe is only capable of 2, because each one of these is 300. We'll just put in another. We'll just double the capacity of the water so we can achieve our target of 3 high. I kind of want this one to curve around. Oh, it works. So now they're both supporting the appropriate amount of water. Okay. So the bauxite... Oh, wait. The bauxite going in... We can only support 4 machines. It's that same problem again. You know, it's probably better this way. Let's get that there. and that there. No! Super painful overlap. Wait, I don't want a merger, I want a splitter. Boy, I set both of these up wrong. Getting these splitters and mergers on these belts is, or on the lifts is an interesting adjustment. Okay, I think that's it. Technically, we're also making silica here. I think that signage, yeah, it's gonna have that tiny bit of split there. I should probably build this where it doesn't have that. Does that save me any resources? Actually, it does. Let's put the tiny 2 meter in there. And then I think we'll highlight what we're building with a nice fix-it orange super contrast. We're going long today, sorry about that. Almost done though. I just wanted to get this little signage done. I gotta get to the 2-meter sign to copy and to paste. I guess I can't put... Wait. If I put it right next to it, can I nudge my way into where I want it to be? Yes. Have to half nudge it, but it does work. And we'll save it. Mega Bauxite Phase 1. We'll see if I'm happy with the idea of stacking these 3 high. Because basically we're committing to that throughout. It's going to be a lot. But we'll see. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.